था अपना गेम लूडो, सिर्फ 250। आज ही zoopy.com से ऐप डाउनलोड करो, खेलो और जीतो लाखों तक कैश। इस खेल में आदत लगना या आर्थिक जोखिम संभव है, जिम्मेदारी से खेलें।
Airtel number you are calling is temporarily out of service.
Hello. Ah, come on the terrace. Bring 2 chairs. So hello everyone. So today I thought to come live because many of the students they have some queries related to political science because tomorrow they have political science. So first of all we'll discuss about the syllabus, how you have to prepare it, and accordingly bring 2 chairs. And my students are also here, but I thought to go live along with them. You people also will get the benefit. So let's start with it. So first of all, we'll discuss about. Hey Noor. Okay, so back to live. So first of all, what we have to do is, am I audible? Can you hear me? Because I am coming live after so many days. Any one of you, please. Okay, thank you. Okay, so like political science syllabus wise, if you prepare it properly, so there cannot be any problem. First of all, you can see forms of government. Forms of government. So within these forms of government, 6 topics are there. Totalitarian state is there, authoritarian state is there, liberal democratic state is there. Okay, then parliamentary form of government and presidential form of government. Okay, so all these things you need to study along with their features. So first of all, what I'll suggest you is that meaning of all those topics you must know. Suppose for example, what is meant by totalitarian state, what is meant by authoritarian state, all this meaning you have to keep it in mind. And rest features, four features, if you learn, that will be enough. Okay, four features, if you do go through it, that will be enough. And like you can be asked regarding the parliamentary and presidential form of government comparison, you can be asked. Okay, so that you can do it from the forms of government. Now next one, the next one we have is the constitution. Okay, so next one we have is the constitution. Just a minute. constitution. Just hold on. Okay, that is the constitution. So from constitution you need to only go through the meaning, what is meant by written constitution, what is meant by unwritten constitution. Sometime you may be asked regarding difference between written and unwritten constitution, you might be asked, so no need to worry from this chapter. Okay, and merit and demerit, of course you can do it easily, so there no need to worry at all. Okay, now merit and demerit of rigid and flexible constitution, you need to go through it. Okay, now accordingly in this unit you will be asked regarding the amendment of the constitution. So how to amend the US constitution, what is the procedure of amending the Indian constitution, that also you need to go through it. So this, now we are discussing about the syllabus. The next one is the franchise and representation. From franchise, universal adult franchise, within this chapter what is meant by direct election, what is meant by indirect election, okay, what is meant by constituency. Then you need to move forward with for example, why is universal adult franchise universally accepted. So in your Kalyani publication you'll get the merits, that one you can go through it. Now next one is direct election. What is the meaning of direct election? The next one, what is the meaning of indirect election? Only the meaning you have to go through it. Okay, the next one is FPPS. You might be asked what is meant by FPPS, what is the full form of FPPS, first past the post system. So in a democratic country like India, in a democracy, when the elections are conducted, whoever gets the maximum number of votes, they are declared as a winner. So that is known as first past the post system. So here only the meaning you have to go through it. The next one is political parties. What is meant by political party? Next one, simple bi-party system, multi-party. Political party, a group of people organized together to occupy the governmental power to serve the nation. That is the meaning of political party. And what is meant by bi-party? What is meant by multi-party? What is meant by single party? Single party, one party. Bi-party, two party. Multi-party, more than two parties. The example is our country, India. The next one, organs of the government. So within the organs of the government, three topics are there. Legislature is there, executive is there, judiciary is there. Okay, legislature, executive, judiciary. So out of this, no need to get confused. Prepare two chapters properly, like a legislature and executive if you prepare it, and from judiciary, if you prepare the conditions of independence of judiciary and judicial review, that will be enough. Now you can see here in legislature, what is meant by legislature? They will directly not ask you the question. So bicameral legislature, what is meant by bicameral legislature? That also you know it. Okay, now four things you must keep it in mind: Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, House of Representatives, and the Senate. Okay, how is the member of Lok Sabha elected? How is the member of Rajya Sabha elected? How is the member of Senate elected? How are the members of House of Representatives elected? And what is the method of election? That also you have to go through it. Okay, then the composition, as you all know, composition of Lok Sabha, composition of Rajya Sabha, composition of the Senate, composition of the House of Representatives. Composition of Lok Sabha is the strength is 550 and the present strength is 543. That one you must keep it in mind. Rajya Sabha 250, out of which 230 are elected and 12 are nominated by the president. And the House of Representatives 435. And the Senate, the composition is 100 members. That means 2 members are elected from every 50 states. That are the things you must keep it in mind. Now, for example, most probably you will be asked over here the comparison between the President of America and the Prime Minister of India. So to do so, first of all, go through the powers and functions of the Prime Minister of India. Then you go through the powers and functions of the President of India. And then separately you study about the powers and functions of the President of USA. So once you understand all those things separately, it will be easy for you to understand and make the differentiation between these two political executives. Now, for example, in legislature, two important things you must keep it in mind. For example, apart from composition, the method of election, you will be asked the functions. So here, legislative functions, executive functions, judicial functions, electoral functions, and the constituent functions. So all these things you have to keep it in mind, and you must remember that all these functions are shared between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Like we say, no, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha shares co-equal powers, because both has to be together. One is not enough. Suppose, for example, an ordinary bill is introduced in Rajya Sabha. After getting it passed from Rajya Sabha, it comes to Lok Sabha. So both have the equal powers. But only in the case of money bill, Rajya Sabha is weak. Only in Lok Sabha money bill can be introduced, and that also with the recommendation of the president of our country. Hope you all are getting the syllabus. Now next one is executive. Prime Minister, President, and the President of USA, as I told you. Okay, here you can go through the comparative study, and before that you might be asked like what is mean by political executive, what is the difference between the political and permanent executive. So just simple one thing, political executives are affiliated to political party, whereas permanent executives are civil servants. Civil servants are experts, whereas political parties, they are, we can say that they are we can say what there is one term called there is one term, I just cannot recall it. What is that term? Political parties are experts, political parties are, there is one term, no, I used it. Okay, when I remember it, I'll let you know. Okay, like for example, no, political parties are not experts in the field which they perform. Okay, and whereas civil servants are experts. Yeah, so yes, correct, amateurs. They are amateurs. Thank you very much. They are called amateurs. Okay, so like for example, they a person who has not gone to school can become the education minister. That is possible in our country. Okay, now next one, like after making, like you might be asked like mention two difference between political and permanent executive, because 4 marks, for 4 marks 4 points, and for 8 marks 8 points. Okay, if you write 6 also, there is no worry. Okay, you will get the full marks out of that. Now judiciary, in judiciary I think you all have prepared. I'm not going to start fresh. Here you have to compare the judicial system of India and USA. Okay, in India Supreme Court and US Supreme Court is also there. What is the composition of Indian Supreme Court? What is the composition of American Supreme Court? That you have to make it clear. So just for your information, Supreme Court of India is composed of 34 judges, including the Chief Justice. Okay, and in USA it is 9, including the Chief Justice. That you have to go through it. Now, how is the independence of judiciary ensured? How is the judicial independence is ensured? Like for example, appointments are done by the President of India but cannot be removed by the President. They are given good salaries so that they may not be attracted towards bribe and all. Okay, they are not allowed to practice after retirement. Their job is secure, because once they are appointed as a judges, they remain in office till they retire. Okay, till the age of 65 in our case. But in the case of USA, earlier it was black huge black. He was the one, after losing his eyesight also, he continued at the age of 83, and later on amendment was done in the constitution that if the judges in America, they retire voluntarily at the age of 70, they will be given the service facilities. That means whatever facilities they were getting in the service, the same facilities they will get it after after the retirement also, voluntary retirement at the age of 70. The next one is that after going through it, Indian Constitution, only the preamble. What is the meaning of sovereign? What is the meaning of socialist? What is the meaning of secular? What is the meaning of democracy? What is the meaning of republic? So let me tell you, republic. Sometime you will be asked, a country with the elected head who does not possess hereditary right, republic. Okay, democracy, you know it, representative form of government. Sovereign, you know it, supreme power, external and internal control are completely in our hand. Okay, and the next one, socialist, the wealth of our country is equally distributed among the people, that we know it. Now the salient features, all, like why is the Indian Constitution lengthy? Why is the Indian Constitution lengthy? Okay, then you will be asked like explain India as a Indian constitution feature like unitary in character, federal in character, unitary in spirit. That also can be asked. Then next one, let us move on to what is mean a fundamental right. Just keep it in mind that you must go through the difference between fundamental right and directive principles. They might ask you what is the difference between fundamental right and directive principles. Okay, so fundamental rights and all those fundamental rights, okay, from article number 14 it starts till it goes to 32. Then right to equality, okay, 14 to 18, right to equality, then right to freedom and right to religion. All this you must go through. They might ask you explain right to equality. If it comes for 4 marks, then also you have to explain. If it comes for 8 marks, then also you have to explain. So definitely all 3 topics you must just go through it, revise it, just go through it once, look into it once. Okay, now local self government. Local self government, 73rd Amendment Act and 74th Amendment Act is there. 73rd Amendment Act and 74th Amendment Act. So those features you go through it. Okay, we cannot directly say this feature will come, that will not come, because the pattern has completely changed. They might ask you for 4 marks also. Okay, they might ask you like mention any 2 features of 73rd Amendment Act, or they may ask you mention any 4 features of 74th Amendment Act. So that you have to give it. Okay, and the last one we have is democracy in India. Okay, and before that, composition of Jila Parishad and composition of municipal corporation, you must go through it, and the functions as usual you can do it. Okay, and the last one is democracy in India. Democracy in India, major challenges face, how to strengthen Indian democracy, what steps can be taken in order to strengthen Indian democracy. So 4 or 5 points are there. Out of that you can go through at least 4 points you can go through it. The next one is caste. What is the meaning of caste, and what role is played by caste in Indian political system? That also you can go through it. Okay, then the regionalism is there. So here caste, meaning and role of caste in Indian politics. Communalism, only the meaning. What is mean by communalism? You can make your own answers also regarding this. Okay, now apart from all this thing, so like the pattern has completely changed. So I would like to request you, now I don't think much time is left. So there is one video of I think 30 to 45 minutes video I have shared in my channel. In that fill in the blanks, MCQ, true and false, one word answer I have already recorded, and I have already uploaded, so you can go through that also. It will help you a lot. Okay, now like for example, last year there was one question. Okay, last year there was one question, which one of the following is a feature of parliamentary form of government? Okay, what was which one of the following is a feature of parliamentary form of government? I have the question over here. Okay, first MCQ, so let me clear it. Executive authority is vested in a council of minister or cabinet. Next one, executive authority is vested in an individual elected for fixed term. I have chosen B because in Kalyani brothers book also it is clearly mentioned executive authority is vested in the president. Individual it is mentioned, no, president who is elected for the fixed term, and executive authority are you can see the council of minister, they use that, or we can say that if you have brought that book, show me that book. Executive authority is vested with the president, and executive authorities are exercised by the council of ministers. So I'll just give you the proof also. In which chapter? Executive. Presidential form of government, no, parliamentary form of government. No, it's not the parliamentary form of government, sorry. So it is there in parliamentary form of government. Okay, I'm reached to it. Okay, parliamentary form of government. So it is here. I have the book with me also. Like it is mentioned there, in a parliamentary government, the executive has 2 parts: the nominal executive, the real executive. Then The head of the state is a nominal executive. Now, all executive powers are vested with him. Him means the president. All executive powers are vested with him, but he himself does not exercise this. These are in really exercised by Council of Ministers. So it is very, very clear here that executive authority is vested in an individual elected for a fixed term. So B, I'll go with B. Last year also I went with B. Okay. So in they make no that what is called 10 years paper and all there also they have gone for A. So that is wrong. Okay. So next one. So MCQs are also there. Like for example, why is November 26th? Why is November 26th celebrated as Constitutional Day in India? This question can be asked. Why is November 26th celebrated as Constitution Day in India? Okay, this is the question. Now, which fundamental right, like we are just discussing, okay, which fundamental right was removed by the 44th Constitutional Amendment? Is there anyone watching live can answer me? What is the name of that right? Which fundamental right was removed by 44th Constitutional Amendment? Can anyone? So this is for you. Acha, so I'm not going to waste your time. If you say okay, then I'll leave it. Yes, correct. Right to property, correct. It is some Mohawk Pal, correct. Very good, very good. Okay, now next question I'm going to just to check you all what is like for example, okay, where is that paper? That 3 papers. Fill in the blanks and all. Okay. What is mean by judicial review? What is mean by judicial review? What is mean by judicial activism? Judicial restraint. Okay. Home science. Oh my god. Actually, I am not a home science teacher, but still later on, okay. Actually, I don't even have the book. Okay, thank you very much. Now listen. Some Mohawk. So, let me tell you. Let us do this one. Okay, you can also try. Appointments to the federal post in the states of US are governed by this convention. What will be the answer? One word answer or 2 words? Appointments to the federal post in the states of US are governed by this convention. What will be the answer? Okay. Anybody? Next question. The constitutional head of Britain. What will be the term used for the constitutional head of Britain? You have to answer. One word. Okay. What is the full form of DPSP? Directive Principles of State Policy. Okay. Now let me ask you. Informal will consisting of ministers who are extremely close to the Prime Minister. What they are called? What they are called? Will within the will. I think you remember. Will within the will. Innermost is the Prime Minister. Outer will is those ministers who are very close to the minister. They are known as kitchen cabinet. And another wheel is known as cabinet, and the rest is the Council of Minister. Okay. Legislature having one house is known as unicameral. Yes, correct. Sweetie Kumari, correct. It is senatorial courtesy. Very good. Okay. Now, jurisdiction for cases affecting ambassadors, other public ministers and councils, and those in which the state is a party under the United States of Constitution. Which jurisdiction is all about? Original or appellate? So let me tell you, it is original. Okay. Okay. Under the Indian Constitution, the emergency declared due to war or armed rebellion is known as national emergency. It is known as national emergency. Then one more is there. Let me tell you, 352 is okay. Correct. National. 352 is national emergency. 356 is state emergency. And 360 is financial emergency. Just keep it in mind, okay? 352 Article 352, national emergency. Article 356, when the state constitutional machinery fails, state emergency. And 360, it is a financial emergency. Okay. Now, can anybody tell me under which? Okay. 356 constitutional emergency. If the state constitution, if the state government is not functioning as per the constitution, it is known as that government has to be dissolved. Okay, the president rule bill will be imposed. Constitutional emergency is correct. The right term is constitutional emergency in a state if the state government is not functioning as per the constitution. Article 356. Can anybody tell me in which article the amendment procedure is mentioned of the Indian constitution? Name the article, the number. Which article?
368.
Article number. Let me see. Correct. 368. Very good. Correct. 368. Sometimes this type of questions will be asked. Okay. Now let me tell me. Emergency declared under 356 is state emergency or constitutional emergency. Acha. The method of election that is held to elect the House of Representative. Whatever election it is called. Method of election. Do you remember? Method of election. Lok Sabha members elected directly, the Rajya Sabha members elected indirectly, the House of Representatives are elected directly. So, direct election. Okay, clear? Now, like, direct election. Correct. Direct election. Okay. Now, let me tell you what is mean by judicial activism. Judicial review, you know. Judicial review means the laws which are challenged in the court are to be checked regarding its validity, whether it is as per the constitution or not. If the Supreme Court finds that law is against the constitution, that will be declared as null and void. That we know. Now, what is the meaning of judicial activism? So, meaning of judicial activism. So, yes, correct. Proactive approach. Okay, proactive approach. Because the duty which the executive and legislature has to do, if they don't do it, then definitely Supreme Court has to come forward to protect the liberty and the fundamental rights of the people. Proactive role of judiciary, proactive approach. Judicial restraint, to restrict yourself from declaring any law null and void. Okay, directly don't restrict it. Try as much as possible to refrain from striking any law as null and void. Okay, is that clear? Is there anyone? Shall I continue or shall I stop it? Because last day I don't want to waste your time. Is there any queries? Okay, let me. I have few questions here. In USA, how many times amendment has taken place? Tell me, anybody? Dash amendment have been so far possible in USA. Options are 27, 30, 42, 108. Which one it is? First. And the next question is British Constitution. Correct. British Constitution can be amended by simple majority, two-third majority, three-fourth majority, none of the above. Next. Who was the first president of US history to resign from office? Option A, Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, Richard Nixon, none of the above. Who was the first president in US history? Who was the first president in US history to resign from office? Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, Richard Nixon. Is there anyone? Who was the first president in US history to resign from office? Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, Richard Nixon, none of the above. Okay, so the correct answer is Richard Nixon. Okay, children? Richard. Just keep it in mind. Correct, Richard. Okay, there is a term. What is the tenure of the president of USA? What is the tenure? Option 2, 4, 6, 5. Tenure of the President of USA. Correct. 4. Now, permanent executives are dash. Professionals, trained, expert class, all the above. Come on. Permanent executives are professionals, trained, expert class, all the above. Answer is all the above. They are professionals, they are trained, they are experts. Acha, now, permanent executives are also called middle class, white collar class, high class, all none of the above. Which one? Which one? Middle class, white collar class, high class. It is white collar class. The civil servants are called white collar. It is called white collar job. Okay, very good. Wait, very good. Now next one. Rajya Sabha can delay the bill by how many days? 12 days, 14 days, 24 days, 30 days. The answer is 12 days. Okay, very good. Just revision. Very good. Now, the President of USA is elected by. The President of USA is elected by the House of Representatives, the Senate, the PEC, both A and B. PEC means Presidential Electoral College. Presidential Electoral College. Okay, Electoral College, correct. Then okay. So I think political science paper is going to be bit easy. So no need to worry at all. Just go through it properly. The only problem is that they might ask you true and false. True and false, you need to have a proper knowledge about the topic. Then only while preparing the answers itself, you can come across those true and false also. Okay, like previous year questions are there. Like okay, can anybody tell me? Writ of habeas corpus is applicable even to those persons who are detained under preventive detention law like MISA, POTA, TADA, etc. True or false? What according to you? Writ of habeas corpus is applicable even to those persons who are detained under preventive detention law like MISA, POTA, TADA, etc. Correct. So I think it will be false, my dear, because habeas corpus is not applicable to those. Okay. Acha, dash implies ISC semester 2 exercise specimen paper. Okay. Dash implies proactive approach. So it is judicial activism. Okay. Now let us judicial activism. Acha, which of the following directive principles of state policy has not been implemented? Number A, free and compulsory education, uniform civil code, nationalization, abolition of bonded labor. So the answer is all the four are correct. Okay, free and compulsory education is also implemented, uniform civil code is also implemented, nationalization is also implemented, abolition of bonded labor is also implemented. So all are correct, all are implemented. Why is local self-government necessary? If a simple question is asked, why is local self-government necessary? Local self-government is necessary because it can better know the problems of the villages at the local level. It strengthens local areas. Okay, it is like a training ground for grassroots level. Grassroots level, that means a lower level of politics can be strengthened by local self-government. Discuss any four features. So definitely they'll ask, discuss any four features of 74th Amendment Act. Discuss any four features of 73rd Amendment Act. This way we can prepare it. Now, like for example, according to the United States Constitution, money bills have to originate in dash. Can anyone tell me? According to United States Constitution, money bill have to originate in dash. In dash, money bill. Of course, it is the House of Representative, and in our country, India, it is only introduced in Lok Sabha. Okay, but in case of U.S. Parliament, money bill can be introduced in the House of Representative, but the final shape of the money bill is decided by the Senate. Okay, decided by the Senate. Are you there? Okay, I think I'm at last moment. I have come live to disturb you, I think. No? Okay, anyhow. Is there anyone who is doubts are clear? Is there any doubt you need to ask? You can just put up the question. If I come across, I'll clear it. Dash to the Constitution of India describe the country as a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. So it is the preamble. Okay, more questions. Okay. Now tell me, according to Article 243B, according to Article 243B of the Constitution of India, local self-government in rural area is generally one-tier system, two-tier system, three-tier system and integrated system. One-tier system, correct. So the answer is three-tier system. Okay, very good, three-tier. Indian judiciary can most accurately be described as integrated, bifurcated, trifurcated, parallel. Integrated, bifurcated, trifurcated, parallel. So the answer is okay. Okay. Now, explain the composition of Supreme Court of USA. Supreme Court of USA is composed of 9 judges, including the Chief Justice. Okay. State any two reasons for the importance of preamble. What is the importance of the preamble? What is the importance of preamble? Preamble highlights the important features of our constitution. Preamble is the soul of our constitution. Preamble is the mirror of our constitution. Okay, all these things. Preamble is the preface to our constitution. Preamble is the what do you call it? Preamble highlights the, yes, correct. Preamble highlights the importance of our constitution. Very good. Okay, next one. State any, like for example, state any two rights granted under right to freedom of religion. Under right to freedom of religion, two rights. 25, 26, 27, 28. Four articles are there. 25, 26, 27, 28. So you have to mention only two rights granted under right to freedom. Okay. The next one. What is the significance? Okay. State any two functions of urban municipal corporation. Function. You have to go through it. Functions. Okay. Functions of municipal corporation and functions of Jilla Parishad. Okay. Then explain appellate jurisdiction of Supreme Court of India. Yeah, paper is going to be very, very easy. Okay. No? Okay, let me tell you. State any two executive powers of the President of India. Like in 2022, semester 2, okay, semester 2 2022, the paper was of 40 marks. They have asked both. Discuss any two features of 74th Amendment Act, and they even have asked or discuss any two features of 73rd Amendment Act. So I suggest you prepare both. Okay, four features you prepare both. That will be helpful for you. Asa, can anybody tell me what is mentioned in article number 19? Just name of the article. What is mentioned in article number 19? Come on. What is mentioned in article number 19? Article number 19. Right to freedom. Correct. Right to freedom. So, Kasak Rathi is... yeah, 6 fundamental rights are there. 6 fundamental right. And which right is removed? Which right was removed? Our right. Okay, then next one. Almost all the small questions I have already asked. The meaning of communalism, you can do it. Okay, then what is the full form of FPPS? In the beginning I have asked you FPPS, first past the post system. Okay, explain any four features of liberal democratic state. Clear? All doubts clear? Any doubts, children? You can just make it. Okay, let us not waste our time. Anything you want to ask? Yes, correct. First past the post system. Very good. Very good. Okay, then in the beginning I asked you, why is November 26 celebrated as the Constitution Day in our country India? Because that was the day when our constitution was enforced, and the historical importance of that date is that in 1929 in Lahore session, okay, Purna Swaraj was, when they were going for Purna Swaraj, they decided to celebrate every 26th January as Republic Day, and the first Independent Day was celebrated in the year 1930. So the importance of 26th January is enrooted in that history. That is why 26th January is very very important in our history. Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, the House of Representatives, and the Senate. So all these are there. Result? Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, role of caste and communalism. That's a democracy chapter. Okay, democracy chapter in the sense, democracy chapter, like what is mean by casteism? Casteism, you can write your own answers. Like earlier in our history, also during Vedic period, also caste system was there. Four castes were there. But at present, the caste has become very very prominent in our political system, because caste decides the leader, caste decides the voters. Okay, caste decides the majority. Okay, suppose in a particular area more caste people are there than the person, ticket will be given to that person only. Okay, if Brahmins are in majority, Brahman will get the ticket. If other caste, lower caste people are in majority, they will get the ticket. Okay, so caste plays a very very important role in our country. Actually, in our political setup, caste has become a threat for our country, I can say. Okay, in every places casteism plays a very very important role, and that is not very healthy for our democracy. Okay, how is the British constitution amended? In a simple procedure. British constitution is amended like an ordinary law is passed in the British parliament, no, in a simple way. It is called by a simple majority. British constitution is amended in a simple majority. Okay, so I'm let me tell you, no need to worry. Simple majority. Okay, that is called simple majority. So British constitution can be easily amended, because as you all know, it is a unwritten constitution. Okay, like for example, it can be amended partially also, it can be amended wholly. How? By an ordinary law passed by the British Parliament. How is the ordinary law passed in the British Parliament? In a similar manner, the constitution of what do you call it, UK, can be amended. Okay, anything else? Shall we move? US Constitution amendment also, I think 3 special powers of Rajya Sabha, of course. Like for example, if any states demand for state is to be given, all India services can be decided by Rajya Sabha. Okay, and when there is a president rule in the country, at that time it is Rajya Sabha who becomes very active in the country, who looks after the administration. Okay. Okay, then let us move on. Executive, Prime Minister, presidential succession. Okay, anything? No. Okay, slowly we are moving. Ha. Special powers of the Rajya Sabha. You have written President Rajya Sabha. Oh, sorry. It is in legislature, no? Okay. It can authorize the parliament to establish new all India services. All India services. Yes, all India services. Okay, let me give few more topics are there. Let me tell you. Legislature, no? Lok Sabha. Yeah, powers. So three special powers of Rajya Sabha. Powers to declare the subject of state lease as subject of national importance. Power to declare the subject of state lease as a subject of national importance. Number two, power in respect of creation or abolition of all India services. And the third one, power of Rajya Sabha to approve an emergency when the Lok Sabha stands dissolved. Lok Sabha, that three you have to write it. Okay, clear, children? Thank you very much. Hardly how many were there? Very few were there. All were busy. Bicharas. And up, nobody is there. Over. Okay, thank you very much. Apart from this, if you have any queries, then you can please visit the Play Store. So not Play Store, playlist of the political science, and there you will get all the videos. You can fast forward and watch the important parts also. Okay, that way you can do it. Okay, I thought to come live early, but as time was not there, so I could not do it. Okay. Yes, yes. Please tell me, Susil. What is your last question? You can leave the question in the comment. Yeah, only the meaning you have to go through it. Let me. Minority and proportional representation. That is in franchise. Yeah. Minority representation is, of course, applicable in our country only. Okay, because those who are less in number, they are in minority. In democracy, the system of governance in which the people's power is supreme. So here the minority also are to be given equal importance. So in certain places, like for example, in order to ensure that their rights are not at all infringed, the political system has been made in such a way that minority communities are also brought forward to represent themselves in the legislature, either in the state legislature or in the union legislature. Okay, this is how we can go through it. You can find this in franchise in representation, proportional representation, just meaning. All these things will never be asked. Okay, keep this book. मुझे आपसे बात करनी है. Who is this? Okay, thank you. Okay, you can leave a message. You can leave a comment in this video. I'll reply it surely. If you have doubt, I can write back you the answers to that. Okay, thank you very much. So shall we leave? Okay, let us leave. From where to leave? Thank you.